Alright, so today I'm going to be talking about the Cherry USB microphone. Now, I've been using this microphone for a while now in most situations, and I figured I'd make a review for it. The sound you hear is directly from the microphone with no post-processing. This is just how it sounds, and it's weird that Cherry is a keyboard company and they actually make microphones now, which honestly I recently found out when I bought this microphone. So the Cherry USB is a condenser microphone, meaning you just plug it in and it just works. You won't need any interface or any extra gear. It just works out of the box. It uses a cardioid pattern, so the main vocal point will be in the front of the microphone, which helps a lot with not pulling in everything else around the room. A feature I find really useful is that the main knob on the front isn't just for adjusting the volume, but you can also switch multiple polarities by pressing the volume knob, and it just works. It's one of those features you don't really think about until you have it, and then you're really glad it's there. There's also a headphone jack built into the microphone, so you can hear yourself in real time. There's basically zero delay, and it actually works really well. It doesn't feel like an out of place feature either. On top of that, there's a touch mute button, and what's cool is that when you're muted, the entire RGB lights of the microphone will turn red when it is muted, as well as the LED indicator, so you know when you're muted just by looking at it, which feels really nice and not too gimmicky. The construction wise, it's all plastic, but the mesh grill actually wraps around the entire microphone, and it doesn't feel like a cheap toy, and it feels professional. And honestly, it still feels pretty well built, and it doesn't feel flimsy or cheap, and it stays nicely put on your desk. The mesh also gives it a pretty clean look, especially once the lights are turned on. And yeah, did I forget, it also does have RGB lights. You can change the lighting colors using a button on the bottom of the mic, right near the USB-C port. Also, did I mention it has USB-C? No PC software is needed, and you just press the button and cycle through the different color options and pick the color you like the most. You can keep it subtle or completely turn it off or make it more flashy or whatever you're into. It even has a multicolor rainbow option. Now, the sound, because that's what really matters. The first thing I notice, it sounds really clean. Not thin, not harsh, and not too aggressive. And there's some low in there, but it's not too muddy or boomy. What really shocked me is that it sort of reminds me of my Rode Procaster, which is honestly crazy, because that's an XLR microphone, and this is a USB-C condenser mic. It doesn't sound the same at all, but the overall sound is way closer than I thought it would be. Pulses are handled a lot better than I thought they would be. And I am using a pop filter, so the P's and B's won't be as prominent as they would be without it, but even without a pop filter, they still don't get annoying or don't sound really aggressive. So Cherry does actually sell an unofficial pop filter, but even without one, it's still totally usable. And my room is not soundproofed at all, and it still does a good job at focusing my voice instead of grabbing every little background noise in my wooden room. Modern is solid. No weird echoes and there's no weird delay. Between the front knob with polarity control, the touch mute button, and the RGB button on the bottom, it's just really easy to live with day to day and to use. Everything is right where you'd expect it to be. After actually using this mic for a while, it really doesn't feel like a cheap USB microphone. It sounds great right away, it's easy and lightweight, and it doesn't need a bunch of tweaking to get great sound quality. If you want to mess with the EQ a bit, you can do that, but you don't really have to, and it's not really necessary. So yeah, overall, the Cherry is just a solid microphone. It has a really clean sound, and it's very easy to set up. And it has a few extras without making things overcomplicated. So if you want something that sounds good, looks good for streams or general content creation, and doesn't require extra overcumbersome gear, this is honestly an easy recommendation, and I really do recommend this microphone, as this entire video was recorded using this microphone by itself. So if you guys have enjoyed this short review of the Cherry USB condenser microphone, please leave a like down below, and please subscribe to my channel for future videos. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. And what's cool is that when you are muted, the encoder, wow, I wrote that fucked up. Okay, I don't know what I did here. I wrote it backwards. Why did I do that? And I spelled construction wrong. Fuck.